Well, thank you very much. We're here at Esther Shiner Stadium. And first of all, thank you to everybody who came out for this Canadian Soccer League final between the Serbian White Eagles and the Trois-Rivières Attak. I'm joined by a CSL Commissioner, Carrie Kaplan. And quickly, Carrie, just a word on what a great CSL season it's been so far.
It's been great. I want to thank the two teams that deserve to get in the finals today are here. It's been a great season. 100,000 people came out to CSL games, and Serbia and Trois-Rivières deserve to be here today.
Well, thank you very much, Carrie. We're going to go on to the CSL Awards right now, the final season awards. First up, the Defender of the Year, and that is Carlos Zaballos from the North York Astros. Carlos, can you come out and receive your award? Carlos, a fantastic season for yourself and the North York Astros, second in that national division. Just overall, your thoughts on the way you guys played this year, and obviously Trois-Rivières, a very tough opponent in that national division.
Yeah, a very good year for the North York Astros, actually the best year we've had in a long time. It's going to be a really tough game. We played both teams, and we lost to the Serbian White Eagles in the quarterfinals, and I just find it's going to be a very good game. I don't know who's going to win this game, but it's going to be tough.
Well, thanks a lot, Carlos, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Carlos Zaballos. All right, guys, up next, we've got the Rookie of the Year from TFC Academy, Adrian Pena. Adrian, come on up and receive your award.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Well deserved.
Adrian, congratulations, first of all. TFC Academy, 6-14-2, not the best year that I'm sure you anticipated, but overall, what were your feelings on the season so far?
Well, we were a young squad, so really we didn't come with the mindset of winning. We just wanted to perform well, and I think that we did that.
Well, congratulations, Adrian. Congratulations on a great year. Next up is Coach of the Year from the North York Astros. The Astros collecting a bunch of awards. It's Rafael Carvajal. Rafael, come on out and accept your award.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Rafael, congratulations. Obviously, yourself garnering one of the two awards by the North York Astros here today. Overall thoughts about a great season, second in the National Division for the North York Astros?
I definitely have to thank the owner of the team, Bruno Yerulo, my coaching staff, and above all, the players, because they made it happen for themselves and myself. So I'm very grateful to them.
Well, very modest, Rafael. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, fourth and last, but certainly not least, we've got the top goal scorer and most valuable player from the Brampton Lions, Daniel Nascimento. Daniel, come on up and grab your award. Congratulations, Daniel.
Thanks.
A couple of awards, a lot of hardware, 18 goals on your year. You got to spend a little time with the TFC reserve squad. Tell me what it was like for you to score all those goals this year, and some great things happened for you personally.
I had a good year. Our whole team had a good year. We had a young squad, and we just played good. We just kept working hard, and that was it.
Well, congratulations, Daniel, on a great year. 18 goals, obviously a fantastic season for Daniel Nascimento. We can already hear the fans starting to get amped up as we are approaching the start of this CSL final game. We've got just a few more awards to come. A Referee of the Year, Isaac Raymond, and he is refereeing this match tonight, so we will give Isaac Raymond his award. Congratulations, Isaac. Also, we've got Goalkeeper of the Year, Andrew Olivieri from the Trois-Rivières Attak. A fantastic year by the Attack as a whole. Andrew Olivieri, outstanding goaltender. Congratulations. Congratulations. And now we're going to award our conference winners from the International Conference. Obviously, the Italia Shooters, where John Paccioni will accept the award on behalf of the Shooters. Fantastic season by the Shooters in that international division, just coming up short in the playoffs, but a fantastic year for the Italia Shooters. Congratulations. And last, we've got the National Conference winner, and the Fair Play and Respect Award goes to the Trois-Rivières Attak. And Tony Ionito will accept the award on behalf of the Attak. Obviously, the Attak trying to add another trophy to their case today, but congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, there are your CSL award winners for this year. Upcoming, it is the final between the Trois-Rivières Attak and the Serbian White Eagles. That's coming up on Rogers TV. Stay tuned.
The 2008 CSL Championship. The North Astros would like to introduce
Welcome to Esther Shiner Stadium for the finals of the Canadian Soccer League. It is the Serbian White Eagles taking on the Trois-Rivières Attak, and it is setting up to be a fantastic final at that, as the Attak won the national division while the Serbian White Eagles finished second in that international division, but we're able to bust through the playoffs here into the finals as we have a look at the Attak lineup there. The outstanding goaltender, Andrew Olivieri, best goaltender in the league so far. He's a fantastic one, so look for him on the defensive end. Obviously, a big key to their success. Serbian White Eagles, that's how it lines up. A bit of a lineup change late in this game. Alex Brelitic will be the man on the attack. Nikola Budalic as well. Some fantastic scoring punch on this Serbian White Eagles team. And Theo, you know a couple of these guys pretty well.
Yeah, Budalic obviously and Gomez, who are the most threatening players right now on the Serbian White Eagles. The pitch will be very slick. It just rained about just over an hour ago, so they'll probably get a good glimpse of it right off the bat. The first 10 minutes are crucial just to get the nerves out, and we're set to see a great final today.
Well, for the Serbian White Eagles, third straight year they've made the finals of the Canadian Soccer League, still yet to win one of those finals, so maybe third time's the charm for those White Eagles. Obviously, their supporters here in full support of their team. A big crew of Serbian White Eagles supporters here at Esther Shiner Stadium in North York, Ontario, as the Serbian White Eagles looking to finally etch their name on that Canadian Soccer League championship trophy. They've got just one team standing between them and that goal, and that's the Trois-Rivières Attak. These two teams met twice during the regular season, once at Centennial Stadium and once in Trois-Rivières, and both teams winning their respective home games by a score of 1-0, so no real advantage garnered there.
Right. Right now they're both on a neutral site right now, and the Trois-Rivières Attak, they got some experienced players. They got a few players that played with the Impact, which is in the USL 1 division. You have the Olivieri who backed up Sutton through my years of playing with Toronto Lynx, and obviously this is a good team, well-coached team. They showed it throughout the season. Now it's showing it throughout this game, in this final game.
Third straight finals appearance, and they will start with possession as we're about to get underway here at Esther Shiner Stadium. It's the Serbian White Eagles taking on the Trois-Rivières Attak, and we're underway at Esther Shiner. And quickly, the Attak create a turnover. On the run, it's Mayar. Mayar playing it into the middle, and that's turned over. And the first foul of the game created quickly as it's Vucinic hitting the turf. The White Eagles will carry it up the right side. Daryl Gomez now. Gomez going to try and test that Attak defense. That pass is picked off and then sent out of play by Alex Brelitic. And that will be a throw-in for Trois-Rivières. pestering the attack player. That is lofted deep inside the Serbian end, and it's Dan Pelk going to collect it and feed it up to his defenseman. Serbians trying to bring it up the right side. Stamatovic up to Gomez, and then trying to go back to Gomez. That pass misses the mark, so a throw-in upcoming to Trois-Rivières.
It could be just early game jitters right now. A couple of bad passes made by Gomez and Serbian White Eagles defense. So at least it got it underneath the belt, and then we'll see what's going to happen.
Well, here's a chance now for Serbia. Alex Breletic. He's going to cross it in front, and an intended header is not connected on by Milos Stepanovic, and it's collected instead by Andrew Olivieri, who will boot it downfield. The Serbians trying to get it over midfield. Instead, they'll play it all the way back to Dan Pelk. Pelk looks left, goes left. As we're just approaching the 2-minute mark here at Esther Shiner Stadium. It's the Canadian Soccer League finals between the Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attak.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder
Alex
to all those
Breletic
in attendance today that the
unable to come up with that.
I repeat,
Hector Contreras controls back
the smoking
to the
inside
defender
facility.
for Trois-Rivières. Here's Alex Supranon. Supranon
Ejected from the match and will be not permitted to return
playing it up to
inside the
midfield.
stadium. I repeat,
Stepanovic.
no smoking inside Esther Shiner. Thank you.
Working on his man, and that is sent into the corner, and it will be a ball for the Trois-Rivières Attak. Looks like it will be a throw-in.
I think the referee or the assistant referee had called a foul against Yankovic, so he had a grasp of the attack player and yanked him down. So look for this set piece to be dangerous right now for the attack.
Well, a big opportunity here early for the Trois-Rivières Attak. The free kick is lofted into the area and headed away by Mirko Medic. And that will be sent over the line for a goal kick. So a goal kick upcoming for Dan Pelk. Neither team with a shot on goal yet.
Yeah, the White Eagles have got to just make sure that they don't give fouls in deep in their zone. They don't want to create any set pieces around their goal. Very dangerous to a team that's scored a bunch of goals this year, and you know, I think they led the league in goals, so can't afford to give them easy pickings for their net.
There's a foul upcoming now for the Serbian White Eagles. They'll take the free kick about 15 yards outside the area. No score, approaching 4 minutes gone here in the first half of action. It's the Canadian Soccer League finals between the Trois-Rivières Attak and the Serbian White Eagles. But here's an opportunity for Serbia. That free kick headed out of harm's way by Trois-Rivières. And here's a turnover. And that's booted out of play. And Medic actually kicking that off. A Trois-Rivières player, so it will be a throw-in for the White Eagles. And the White Eagles thought maybe it was a free kick awarded, but Samatovic will throw it in, and that's lofted intended for Breletic. But Supranon tries to get it up to midfield. Breletic plays it back to Gomez. Gomez is taken off the ball. That's headed back in to Budalic. That gets through and almost onto the foot of Stepanovic. Instead, it goes into the waiting arms of Andrew Olivieri, who will play it.
Well, the pitch is going to be quite quick today, just due to the rain that happened about an hour ago. But they got to see to keep the ball at feet, because the ball would just take off, just like we saw here, right into Olivieri's arms.
Well, Andrew Olivieri, the fantastic goalkeeper for that Trois-Rivières Attak squad, as that ball is still rolling into the corner, finally does get out of play. And a throw-in for Trois-Rivières. Another throw-in upcoming to the Attak. The Attak with the best record in all of the CSL this year. The number 1 seed, so no surprise that they're here in the Canadian Soccer League finals. And 3rd straight year into the finals for the Serbian White Eagles. So both these teams expected to be here as Gomez almost comes away with the ball. Instead, the Attack still with it, and referee will rule a free kick and a foul on Daryl Gomez. So free kick upcoming inside the Attack end for Trois-Rivières.
Yeah, I think Gomez definitely tried to get in the ball. I think he took man first, and his follow through really went right through that player. It could have gone either way. I thought it was a decent tackle. It wasn't anything to intent to injure, but the referee decided to give the call, and on you go.
Suprenon with the free kick, and that gets through everybody and will be a goal kick for the Serbian White Eagles. No score, approaching the 7th minute of play here at Esther Shiner Stadium. Serbian White Eagles against the Trois-Rivières Attak. A very cool night here in North York, and a very measured start to this game. Neither team allowing anything defensively so far. That's headed up to midfield by the Serbians. Daryl Gomez trying to come away with it. Referee says play on, and they do, as Budalic now with it. He's got Breletic, and not on the same page were Budalic and Breletic, as the Trois-Rivières Attak briefly have control but send it out of play, where the Serbian White Eagles will throw it in. That's intended for Daryl Gomez. Gomez still looking for it, and his play of the ball will result in a goal kick for Andrew Olivieri. Andrew Olivieri getting set to kick it away. Trois-Rivières Attak looking absolutely dominant in these playoffs so far. 7-0 win over Portugal FC in that semi-final game. There was no doubt about that one. Portugal FC also becoming a bit unglued in that one. They took a couple of red cards.
Yeah, it was quite a shocker that Portugal FC got drubbed like that. They were playing quite well at the end. They beat the defending champions Toronto Croatia, and I know a home field advantage, but just to see them get drubbed, and obviously they got the best of them, getting 2 red cards that game, and just easily handled by the Attack. So you can't make mistakes against this Attack team because they'll just punish you.
Absolutely. The Serbian White Eagles, though, going to try and penetrate that defense right now as that free kick is lofted up by the Attack, but Vucinic tries to keep it in. Still is able to as he sends his man to the turf. Referee is not going to allow that, though, and a free kick upcoming for the Attack.
That's the second free kick that they had in the same spot, just outside the box towards the touchline, and not very good quality services. Very low driven balls, not getting past the first defender. So they got to sort of not waste those chances. That's 2 chances that just went right to an Attack defender, and they got to do a little bit better if the Serbians want to penetrate this goal.
That ball's played up the far sideline, controlled by Stepanovic, and he will earn himself a free kick. Looking for Breletic. And that's played back inside the Serbian end, where Mirko Medic will fire it out of play. Throw in upcoming now for the Attack. 10 minutes gone now in the first half. No score. Ben Ennis along with Theo Zagar. You're watching the Canadian Soccer League finals on Rogers TV. The Serbian White Eagles taking on the Trois-Rivières Attak. And so far a very measured approach by both teams, not getting too risky with it, as Dan Pelk will kick into the wind and starting to howl a bit here.
Yeah, the wind's really picking it up. So this is advantage for the Attack to do something here. Obviously, the long balls won't really go, and you just saw Dan Pell putting all his might and not even crossing center. So this wind is going to play an important role right now. And then sort of White Eagles have to manage this surge, a surge of wind that has just come up right now.
Well, it might be a good day in Scotland, but right now the rain is starting to fall. We've had showers all day, and once again, a few of the fans are heading for some shelter as 11 minutes gone in this first half and no score between these two teams, and they're going to have to battle the elements now. The wind and the rain playing a big factor here at Esther Shiner. Here's Sapanovic. Gonna try and play it up a little wing to Brelitic. And a foul throw done incorrectly, ruled by the referee. As it is really starting to blow here, we see some of the signage get lofted down the field. And Theo, I couldn't be happier that we're inside this booth right now.
Yeah, we're fortunate that we didn't have our little trusty tent that we usually do at Lamport. So the wind is really picked up right now, and I don't know if the official is going to try to hold off on this or if he's going to allow this to play, because the net has now just tipped over on the Serbian White Eagles. So you can understand how strong this wind is, and I don't know if we're going to continue here or if the referee will just see how it progresses, and maybe this might blow over. So,
well, as bad as it seems right now, you look off into the horizon and you can see a bit of clear sky out to the west, so they will play on.
Yeah, I think seeing that, they should have just allowed maybe the dark cloud just to pass through, and maybe give it some time, because you see Dan Pelk just having problems just controlling the ball just due to the wind. So it's surprising that the referee's still going on with this.
That was a huge gust of wind, and it hasn't let up yet, as the advertisements have been completely cleared off the field. Debris flying everywhere, as it looks like the frontal system just coming in, but they will play on. That's played up to Daryl Gomez. Gomez trying to get it inside, and that's lofted out of play. Throw in upcoming to the Attack. Here's Surprenant. Surprenant gets it back, plays it off the chest of Nikola Budalic. And Budalic arguing for a change in possession, and eventually he is granted just that. Throw in now for the White Eagles. Throw in for the Attack is turned over. Here comes Vucinic. Vucinic trying to feed it through.
So we repeat, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have tickets from the championship final, make sure
the Attack unable to get through. Here's Big Yankovic. Yankovic with a attempted through ball. That's picked off, and there's Nikola Budalic with the first shot for the Serbians, and that rolls wide of the goal.
Yeah, great ball by Gomez to Budalic. Just almost got intercepted by the Attack defender. But obviously, I think the wind had to play a part in the end result to Budalic's shot. But not a bad idea. He's almost about 25 yards outside the goal, and not a bad idea to have a strike on net. But obviously, not on mark.
Well, the wind's still continuing to blow, but a lot of fans still sticking it out, trying to support their team, the Serbian White Eagles, in their third straight CSL Finals appearance. Yet to win a CSL title, as Yankovic's kick is held up in the wind, and Sapanovic tries to keep it in on the far sideline. He's unable to, but a free kick awarded now. to the Serbians. That's played back. Medic plays it to his left. That's played up to Vucinic. Vucinic trying to get through the defense. He can't quite do it. The Attack now just happy to get it up to midfield, and they've got possession and a bit of momentum here as Surprenant is almost taken off the ball by Daryl Gomez. Now he is finally taken off, and a chip shot by Gomez intended for his teammate Stojic. And Stojic is interfered with, so a free kick as the ball won't even stay still for this free kick on the turf. That's lofted in. Brelitic looking for Sapanovic, but he doesn't come down with it. Here's Vucinic now, looking for Sapanovic. That's broken up. Here comes the Attack. And they're unable to maintain control coming over midfield. And it'll be a throw-in far sideline for the Serbian White Eagles. That gets into Budalic. There's a turnover. Here come the White Eagles. That ball is played up, and down goes an Attack defender as the Serbian White Eagles will throw it in near the far corner. And Theo, I would say that with the Serbian White Eagles at a big disadvantage here going into the win, they've done all right.
Yeah, they've done all right, and credit to them. But you know, if I were the Attack coaching staff, I would actually pressure a little bit more. And due to the fact of the wind, you know, you see these players just really can't muster enough power to get it past center. I noticed when the goal kicked, they just allow them to come out easier, which, you know, they got to use that as an advantage. You don't know how long this wind is going to last. So if I was the Attack coaching staff, I would actually play it a little bit more higher pressure, just to maybe create something, because you don't know how long it's going to last.
Absolutely. No telling how long this storm system will last. There's a bit of clear sky out in the distance, but right now the wind is blowing and the rains are falling. Daryl Gomez going to try and go over the top. And there's a dangerous play by Andrew Olivieri and a strong play by the outstanding keeper of the Attack as Alex Brelitic was in almost past the defense there, and a goal kick will be taken by Olivieri.
So you could see that the wind is playing in both ways, where it held it up and Olivieri was in no man's land, and that's not his fault. You know, I mean, usually that ball will run to him and you know, to no harm, but just because of the strong wind, it didn't really get up to him. So he's got stuck in no man's land and was very fortunate that the Serbian White Eagle player couldn't locate it.
Well, I don't think the Serbians should try any shots from distance here. They might not get to the goal. This wind is howling. And here's another opportunity. Daryl Gomez plays it off a defender. Here comes Brelitic. Brelitic gonna have a go at it, and that ball just batted down by the wind and rain and goes wide of the post as Andrew Olivieri will play it now.
And not a bad effort by Brelitic. Again, you know, the wind is obviously playing a factor in this game, especially against the White Eagles. They're going against the wind. But, you know, not a bad effort. You know, I mean, he actually got it past the goal line where, you know, if it was on goal, it would have been a decent strike.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Serbian White Eagles hem now inside their own zone. They've enjoyed the majority of ball possession here early in this game as we're approaching 20 minutes gone in this first half of Canadian Soccer League Championship final action. And there's a boot from Surprenant. It was taken with the wind and just took off. So it'll be a goal kick to be taken by Dan Pelk.
On the other hand, that's not a bad effort. Now you just got to get over the ball just so that ball doesn't go flying like we just saw for 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Going through the uprights there. Here comes the White Eagles as they try and create something. Sapanovic can't come down with it, but Vucinic does. He tries to play it over to Breletic. It gets over to Gomez instead. Gomez going to test this defense. That ball's played up to Vucinic. Vucinic going to try and get it out front to Breletic. Breletic heads it up, and Andrew Olivieri coming out of his goal to play that. And a wise decision by Andrew Olivieri. Here comes Surprenant. Surprenant is ridden off the ball, but he will throw it in near sideline. He fires it back to Mayao. That gets back over to Brett. Inside to Balden now. Trying to go through the middle. Mirko Medic trying to break it up. Assistant referee is going to say throw in for the Serbian White Eagles. Well, Theo, that clear sky that I saw moments ago is pretty much dissipated now. I don't see anything but dark clouds in the distance now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon, like the first sort of thunderstorm that happened about a couple hours ago. But you never want bad weather to play into a game and result into a game. So let's hope that the wind sort of cools down a little bit or slows down a little bit. The rain is not the problem. It's basically the high winds. But both teams have done really well to sort of go to pose with this weather.
Well, for a player and for the fans, it's got to be a bit difficult, but we're all right. We're here nice and cozy inside the press box.
No complaints here.
That's played up by the Attack. They're only able to get it as far as midfield before it's lofted back inside the zone, headed back up. Supranol going to try and play it now. He's got Gomez pressuring him. Here come the Attack now. A whiffed on the ball and picked up by the Serbian White Eagles. Up to Daryl Gomez. Gomez trying to weave his way through a number of defenders. That shot is whiffed on over to Sapanovic. Sapanovic keeps it in play. Sapanovic with the cross. That's intended for Daryl Gomez, who hits the turf. Fans may be thinking a penalty warranted there, as the White Eagles still with control, and they've earned themselves a corner kick.
Great effort by the White Eagles. They've been really putting it on, and they're actually doing the game plan that I was saying that the Attack should be doing, putting high pressure on the defense and creating a couple of good crosses, and hopefully now they can create something on this set piece now.
This first half has been all Serbian White Eagles early, and that corner kick almost finding a head, but instead it goes right through everybody. In fact, they're going to rule that it went off an Attack player, so a throw-in coming to Serbia, and that's booted out of play. So another throw-in as Breletic will leave it, and it'll be thrown in near the corner, and that is played beyond the line. So a goal kick upcoming now for Andrew Olivieri. As a look at the brave fans as they trying to wait out this weather, as it is cold, windy, and rainy. But other than that, it's a perfect day. Andrew Olivieri using the wind, gets it well over half, but it's controlled by the Serbian White Eagles. Up, intended for Sapanovic. Sapanovic does control. He's got Breletic. Breletic with it. Daryl Gomez in front of the net. It gets to Gomez, but Gomez taken down. And the referee going to rule a goal kick. That one very dangerous. Daryl Gomez almost punching that through.
Yeah, great setup by Breletic and Sapanovic. And Gomez just didn't get quite enough, I guess, foot behind the ball to direct it into the net. But a great cross by Breletic here, finding his man, and just didn't see him just hitting the wrong part of the foot and going straight rather than on the outside of the foot and deflecting it to the net. So, great little build-up by the White Eagles here.
Well, Alex Suprenant made the fine defensive play there to thwart the opportunity by the Serbian White Eagles. And the White Eagles, through 25 minutes of this game, have been the far superior team. That's played out of play, and a throw-in upcoming now for the White Eagles. And it will be Stamatovic to throw it in near sideline. He gets it into Budalic. That's played in, intended for Breletic. Sapanovic looking for it. Here come the attack, and it's sent out of play on the far sideline. Throw in for the attack. And they've been under attack early in this game. 26 minutes in, the Trois-Rivières Attak have spent almost the entire game inside their own zone. That's played over to Surprenant. Surprenant working on Gomez. Here's Meilleur. Playing it off to Contreras. Back to Surprenant. And that's turned over. Here's Vucinic. Vucinic can't keep it in play, but it goes off a defender, I believe, and it will be ruled so. So a throw-in upcoming as the rains only intensify here at Esther Shiner Stadium. Stamatovic lofts it in. That's sent back out of play. Stamatovic will throw it right back in as Breletic looking for Budalic. Instead, it's sent back towards the front of the goal where the attack control, and both teams claiming it went off the other, and it will be ruled a throw-in for the Serbian White Eagles.
Yeah, you can see that the White Eagles are actually putting good pressure on the forwards. Every time they have a chance or the attack player gets the ball, they don't have any time to turn. So they're really doing a good job trying to put some pressure on there, and they've obviously been the better team in this half so far.
Well, obviously, the Serbian White Eagles not intimidated in the least by this number one seeded Trois-Rivières Attak, the best team in the Canadian Soccer League this year. And that might be a bit misleading because they did play in the inferior division in the national division, but obviously a fantastic year for the Trois-Rivières Attak.
Yeah, so sometimes, this is a young group as well. Experience that the Serbian White Eagles have, goes a long way. So like you said, 3 times could be the charm. They've been here before, have yet to seal the deal, so to speak. So, they look like they're the hungrier team right now, and they really want this a third time.
Absolutely. The Trois-Rivières Attak just 3 losses in 22 regular season games this season, so they don't really have a lot of experience in losing games, and they got just 1 more between them and the Canadian Soccer League Championship. As we mentioned, their route to the finals, they smoked Portugal FC in the semifinals 7-0, and it was another clean sheet in the opening round, the quarterfinals, 2-0 over St. Catharines. So yet to allow a goal in these CSL playoffs.
Well, their record shows throughout the season they've only allowed 12 goals all year, so which is very impressive defensively. Like we've always said, or like I've always said, this is a different season. Playoffs are playoffs, and they've done the job so far, but it just seems that they're very tentative right now. They don't want to really push. They just want to defend right now and just maybe hope for a counterattack or something.
Well, the attack now starting to sustain a little bit of pressure, but here come the White Eagles. That ball goes off a defender and onto the feet of Nikola Budalic. Budalic lofting it up. Here's Breletic. That's played back. Here's a cross. That goes off a defender, and the attack will clear the pressure. The attack now on the run. Here's an opportunity for Trois-Rivières. That ball in is a strong play by Stamatovic, as it was Pierre-Rudolph Meilleur in there just onside, and a dangerous looking play there. First really dangerous looking run by the Trois-Rivières Attak.
Yeah, and it's the first time they allowed the attack player to turn on the ball, and very dangerous. Deked out 2 guys. Great ball in and a great defensive play. Last resort just to leave your feet and do a slide tackle. So great play overall, and that's maybe the counterattack that they're looking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is an announcement for all people.
That's played back to Surprenant. Surprenant His pass is picked off. Here comes Vucinic. Vucinic intending to hit Breletic with the pass, but it goes past him into the waiting arms of Andrew Olivieri. Olivieri will drop kick it almost the length of the field with that wind at his back.
Because the City of Toronto wants to reset the lights. So once again, the lights will be reset at halftime.
And we will have a throw-in for the Trois-Rivières Attak on the far sideline, and that will be turned over. Throw-in upcoming now for the Serbian White Eagles. 31 minutes gone here in the first half. It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship Finals here on Rogers TV. Ben Ennis along with Theo Zagar. It's the finale of our Canadian Soccer League telecast this year. Here's a ball in for Daryl Gomez. Gomez now taken off the ball just in front of the goal. Gomez maybe outthinking himself there.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest of balls. He actually got in too deep, and he had to turn back for that ball. So he really couldn't hit it first time, and he was just maybe trying to do a little bit too much there rather than maybe just having a go at net, and you never know what's going to happen. You know, the field is slick. It's not the greatest of conditions, so you know there's no harm in striking on net and see where that goes.
Throw-in taken by the Serbian White Eagles. Trois-Rivières come up with it. Here's a chance. Ball played over to Maillard. Maillard, though, loses control. And a dangerous-looking play goes by the wayside as the Serbian White Eagles will throw it in from inside their own side of midfield. The referee ruling that the throw-in has to take place a little further inside the Serbian end. That's thrown up the sideline. Attempted back pass. Does eventually get to Daryl Gomez, and he's taken down rudely. So a foul called and a free kick to be taken by Stamatovic. Stamatovic barking out some orders to his teammates. He elects to attempt to go up the sideline, but it's Suprenon there. The Attack going to try and work the middle of the field now. Referee says play on. Turned over and played up the sideline, but only briefly as the Attack send it back in. That's played over to Contreras. Contreras looking to go through, and right out to the edge of the box was Dan Pelk, and a strong play there to collect that ball.
Yeah, good read by Dan Pelk. You know, I mean, he's at the edge of the box. He could have made another decision. He took the chance just so that the ball can just skip right into his arms. He could have came out and cleared that ball, but good poise, good patience by him. Did well to scoop up that ball.
Andrew Olivieri, the outstanding keeper for the Trois-Rivières Attak, plays it up to Suprenon. Suprenon slipping as he fires that pass. Daryl Gomez with it. Gomez looks like he wants the return pass, gets it, but it's picked up by Suprenon, who sniffs that one out, and foul called on Nikola Budalic, and the fans and Budalic not too pleased about that one.
Yeah, I think it was a kind of a softie. You know, I mean, I didn't see much contact there, but you know, the referee's right there, so he must have saw something that maybe us and the fans didn't see. So, you know, not that much of a complaint by Budalic.
Here come the White Eagles now. Breletic going to try and cross it. Intended for Daryl Gomez, but that was easily picked off by the Attack. That's played out on the far sideline. Throw in upcoming now for the Serbian White Eagles.
Yeah, now the Attack's got to come in and sort of pressure it high. Can't allow the Serbian White Eagles to come out easy. You know, they've allowed them to come out too easy in places like this, and they should be actually putting pressure, which they've just done, and win the ball at a crucial area.
Here's a free kick now for the Attack, just inside the Serbian portion of midfield, as we're about 10 minutes away from halftime here at Esther Shiner Stadium. Ben Ennis along with Theo Zagar It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship Finals on Rogers TV. Trois-Rivières Attak against the Serbian White Eagles. And the White Eagles don't allow that free kick to turn into anything serious as Andrew Olivieri comes way out of his own goal to play that ball. Yankovic gets ahead on that, but it's kept inside the offensive zone by the Trois-Rivières Attak. That play is sniffed out. But it's Cilia. The Attack still with pressure. This is the best we've seen them look so far in this game. Breletic looking up the left side, but his pass goes off the head of Stepanovic and out of play.
Yeah, like you said, I think for the last maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, the Attack has really turned it up a notch, and they're playing like this number one team that we're supposed to be seeing. So you could see that they have the talent to do so. Now when they get going is a different story. So hopefully they continue with this surge of energy to penetrate that Serbian White Eagles defense.
That boot off the foot of Dan Pelt gets as far as midfield, where Daryl Gomez plays it off to his left. Here's a nice move by Stepanovic. Stepanovic now on the run, but he loses control of the ball. And a throw-in upcoming for the Attack.
Yeah, did well to get by his defender and just all of a sudden just lost control of the ball. You could see in his face he's not very happy with himself right now because he had a good little lane to go to net and create something dangerous for the White Eagles.
The Attack now set to throw it in. Just about 8 minutes away from halftime here. No score between the Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attak. As it's ping-ponged inside the Attack end. Back and forth. Eventually, the Attack are able to get it as far as midfield. Now they'll play it inside the White Eagle end. They'll regroup inside their own zone. Off to the left where it's picked off by Stamatovic. Daryl Gomez was looking for a pass out on the wing. Instead, Breletic will play it out of play and the Attack will throw it in. Suprenon on the near sideline. It gets back to Suprenon, who plays it up to Etienne. Etienne across the field. That's Uimana. Uimana can't get through Vucinic. Vucinic trying to battle the wind, and he loses that battle. It does get back to Yankovic, whose pass is off the mark, and a throw in far sideline for the Trois-Rivières Attak. It'll be Uimana to take it. He gets it into Balde and turned over. That goes off an Attack player as Stepanovic hits the turf. And the rains do appear to be letting up ever so slightly here.
Yeah, I think everything is sort of cleared up. The rain is not as hard, and definitely the wind has calmed down. And like I said before, you never know when the wind is going to calm down, so you got to use it to your advantage. If they were the Attack didn't use it. They didn't pressure high, and now the Serbian White Eagles have escaped that pressure from that wind.
Well, that wind was almost like a hurricane force, if only briefly.
Yeah, it just seemed that everything was flying away. I was waiting for maybe a cow to come before our eyes or something like Twister. So, yeah, it was a strong wind. You could see at one point the net had tilted over. So now we can see some good soccer.
There's a crossing attempt that goes over everybody. And the Attack will collect where Vucinic, though, makes a nice play on the ball. Stepanovic gets it back to Vucinic, who tries to get it in front to Breletic. Stojic can't come down with it. Daryl Gomez has to go all the way back inside his own zone, and that's played out of play by the Attack, so a goal kick upcoming now for the Serbian White Eagles. And A couple of scoring opportunities for both teams here as we're about 5 minutes away from the end of this first half.
Good play by Gomez just to track back. You know, his usual position is to attack more, and he did well to recognize that someone was behind him and gave a little pressure to the attack forward, and obviously he kicked it out of bounds. So good play by Gomez to backtrack.
Now I see a little bit of lightning off in the distance. That's headed inside the Serbian zone, and maybe the attack able to come up with something here. Contreras taking off the ball. Here come the Serbians as Breletic was trying to outrun his man, but to no avail. Budalic almost coming away with a turnover. Does, in fact. Breletic throws it in, intended for Budalic, but stepping in front of that was the attack player, who makes a nifty move to get it as far as midfield. There's a foul and a free kick upcoming for the attack.
Yeah, it's a good foul call, but very fortunate for the White Eagles. They had advantage and they were going forward, and the referee obviously didn't play the advantage. It was a quick whistle, so it was a very fortunate play for the White Eagles, because that would have been a dangerous attack by the Attacks, excuse the pun, and and now they have to take the free kick.
Suprenon plays it all the way across the field, where the Attack still control attack now. Looking to create something before the end of the first half. Instead, it's Vucinic who comes away with it. He's going to go up the middle. That's played off a man into the feet of Maillard. Ping-ponged it midfield and eventually lofted in. Here comes a chance for the Serbian White Eagles into the zone. What a save by Andrew Olivieri. Best chance of the evening for the Serbian White Eagles. Stepanovic in past the defense, but Andrew Olivieri coming all the way out of his goal to make the save, and what a big boost that would have been for the Serbian White Eagles had they been able to capitalize there.
Yeah, great chance. You see that he's getting tugged a little bit. He got a little bit clipped, but kept going. He still had the advantage and tried to play it near side, and great save by Olivieri. Kept his team still 0-0, and going into half, you never want to allow a goal near the end of the half, because it's a real devastation for that team going into half, and obviously a real booster for obviously the White Eagles if they were to score there. So great play by Olivieri to come out and come up big for that.
A big opportunity, the biggest save of the game, might even be the only save we've seen so far in this game, but a fantastic opportunity by Milos Stepanovic, but he was unable to put it past the goalkeeper of the year in the Canadian Soccer League, Andrew Olivieri. Just about a minute and a half before the end of this opening half of action.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, just after the second half commences,
the Attack are going to be called for a foul, so a free kick coming by way of the Serbian White Eagles. They'll kick it away with just about a minute to go before halftime.
Tickets to a football match, season tickets to the Argos. We have a game ball.
That's booted inside the Attack end. Attack control though. It's played off to Suprenon. Suprenon looking up the left side cautiously. And a nice play there by Silla. Contreras now. Contreras back to midfield. Off to the right side. That's chopped into Maillard. And a corner kick upcoming now.
Yeah, very dangerous play now. Let's see if the Attack can capitalize on a set piece here late in the half. Serbian White Eagles have got a lot of players now in the box, just trying to get this ball out. Obviously, this could be the end of probably the last play of the half. So they're trying to just get numbers back, make sure that no goals are allowed here, and get that ball up as far as possible so that the referee can blow it for halftime.
Alex Soupranol takes the corner kick. It curls into the box, and that's lofted. And what a save! And chopped over the net by the Trois-Rivières Attak. A big save by Dan Pelk, but the rebound was still in front of him, and the Attak couldn't put it away.
Yeah, you say a great save by Dan Pelk, but it would have been an own goal. Their defender actually went the wrong way, and Dan Pelk was aware, had his heads up, great save, and Attak forward shot it over the net, so he had an opportunity there. So escaped the big one just before the half. White Eagles did.
Well, both teams with glorious opportunities here in this first half, as it's just a matter of seconds now likely between these two teams and halftime. Scoreless between the Trois-Rivières Attak and the Serbian White Eagles. The Attak, #1 in the Canadian Soccer League regular season. The White Eagles #3 overall, and there is the whistle for halftime as it is scoreless between Trois-Rivières and the Serbian White Eagles. A fantastic first half of action. We saw lots of action not only on the field but from above as the rains fell 4 times. Big winds as well, but it looks like for the rest of this game we will likely have a little bit of a calmer feel weather-wise as the rains have died down, and one of these teams potentially 45 minutes away from victory and the Canadian Soccer League title, as we are ticking down on the CSL Championship Final. Stay tuned for more coming up on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Esther Shiner Stadium, where it is the CSL Championship Final between the Trois-Rivières Attak and the Serbian White Eagles. Scoreless heading into the second half. Ben Ennis, along with Theo Zagar, is a giant bolt of lightning just covering the skyline in front of us, but nobody seems too concerned as we are scoreless heading into the second half. The Serbian White Eagles in their 3rd straight trip to the CSL Finals. So far 0 for 2 in this position, trying to make it 3rd time the charm. As a pretty evenly played first half of action, the Serbian White Eagles controlled the first half of that first half of action, but late in the first 45, the Trois-Rivières Attak really turned it on.
Yeah, obviously with the bad weather conditions, we thought it would be the reverse. We had the bad weather conditions at the beginning of the match, and the Serbian White Eagles actually turned it up. It's going to be crucial right now just to get back into the game. It's obviously a little bit chilly outside, a little bit windy. I think the rain has stopped, so it's really crucial that you get into the game early. First 10 minutes is crucial for both teams.
Well, the Attak have possession first here in this second half. No score between the Trois-Rivières Attak and Serbian White Eagles in the CSL Championship Final. All the marbles on the line here.
They had a chance to win a trip, some fabulous other prizes.
Trois-Rivières, the champions of the National Division and had the best record overall in the regular season at 14-3-5 for 47 points. As for the White Eagles, they were second in that international division, had the lead coming down the stretch, but gave it up to the Italia shooters as the White Eagles went 12-5-5 for 41 points, 6 points behind the Attak. But none of that matters now, as both teams have an equal shot at winning this game.
16 numbers.
Now, there's obviously some quality chances on both sides of the pitch. Just a matter of, we've seen a couple of good saves by both goalies. So this game could go either way right now. So again, now they're a little tentative coming into the halftime or coming into the second half, and you can see that the pace hasn't picked up yet. But hopefully, in the next few minutes, everyone will get a touch on the ball, and the pace will be picked up.
Hopefully everybody had a chance to dry off, maybe warm up at halftime, as once again the rain has subsided for the time being. The Attack regroup in their own end and try to play it up the right sideline, but it goes out of play. Throw in upcoming for the Serbian White Eagles, as still pretty much everybody who was here for the opening kickoff still in attendance in this game, despite the terrible weather we've had tonight, but it is setting up to be a fantastic finish between these two teams. Free kick upcoming now for the White Eagles is not really fair. They don't have the big wind advantage that the Attack had in that first half, but they will go right to left here in this second half. There's a ball played over to the left wing. That's played out in front of the goal, in front of outstanding keeper Michael Olivieri, and chopped out of play by the Attack. So a throw in upcoming near the corner, and it looks like Milos Stepanovic will take that throw in. 3 minutes into this second half, no score between the Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attak. Stepanovic, his attempted cross sent back, and that's lofted out of play by Stojic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 7th prize was a winterization.
The Attack
courtesy of EM.
Now trying to gain
ticket number, the winning ticket number,
an offensive zone possession, but instead it's turned over near midfield, and a free kick upcoming for the Serbian White Eagles. It's played over to Vucinic. Vucinic off to his left. Stepanovic now. Stepanovic looking for Vucinic. Vucinic plays it off a defender and out of play. That was Pierre Rudolph Mayer in on the play to break it up, and it will result in a corner kick now. First corner of the second half.
Yeah, good movement by the Serbian White Eagles. They're playing the ball on the ground, playing it to feet. Ball's not getting away from them, and now they're creating some chances. They've gotten a set piece now. Let's see what they can do with it. They got a lot of bodies in the box, so let's see what both sides of the park do with this corner kick.
Daryl Gomez to take the corner. He gets it all the way across the box over to Alex Breletic. Breletic keeps it in play. He crosses it back in front. Mirko Medic unable to get that header on the mark.
01, the lady's name, Gail.
As that's played out of play. A throw in upcoming now for the Attack.
Yeah, it was a good cross by Breletic. Run it down, but it's got to be a better header by Medic, and that's at least got to be on net. Obviously he's a defender, so he was probably thinking to clear that ball out rather than to get it on net. But the Serbian White Eagles have actually picked it up now. They've first 5 minutes again. They're the better team of the beginning of the half. So the Attack has got to pick it up a little bit so they can match their efforts.
Well, obviously a goal here early in the second half would be huge for whichever team pulls it off, because once we get into extra time and then maybe penalty kicks, it's really anybody's ball game.
Yeah, I don't think any of the two teams want to go to the extra time. They want to obviously finish it off in the first 90, but if we need to do so, obviously they'll take it. Instead of losing the game. So let's see what the Serbian White Eagles. Now this is the third opportunity. They have the ball at the same spot like they did in the first two chances in the first half. So let's see what happens here, and let's see the quality of service that gets in here.
Free kick doesn't get through, and it stays in play, but only briefly, and it's in fact Stepanovic make that it goes off of and out of play. Actually, they're going to rule it a foul and a free kick for the Attack. Attack going to try the right side of the pitch.
6108. The winning ticket, Peter Finch.
That goes off ahead and out of play. Throw in upcoming now for the Attack.
Peter's in the building. Please come and pick up your ball.
That gets up to Mayer. Mayer plays it off to Balde. Balde trying to cut through the White Eagle defense and give away almost costs the Serbians there. That ball is lifted up over the defense as Stepanovic isn't quite able to come down with the ball, but an offensive zone throw in here for the Serbian White Eagles. The White Eagles set to throw it in. Milicevic does so, but eventually it is turned over, but the White Eagles still have possession inside the offensive end. Here's a ball across and just deflected away by Andrew Olivieri. And that looked like it may have found Stepanovic had it been allowed to get through, but an alert play by Olivieri to knock it down.
Yeah, great play. Did well, control his box. Just enough just to get it off stride, off Stepanovic's head. Looked like it was a dangerous play, a dangerous cross in, and did well just to break that up, and obviously the attack defenders cleared the play, and now they've gotten a free kick at center. So good play by Olivieri.
Free kick does get through. Here is Mayar. Mayar working on two defenders. Referee says play on. Mayar, though, hits the turf. He's slow to get up. Serbians now with an opportunity. Daryl Gomez maybe trying to catch Olivieri off guard there, trying to loft it over his head. Instead, it goes over everything and out of play.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good decision by Gomez. He had his head up. Olivieri wasn't that far off his line, and he could have just changed his mind and went forward. He had numbers going forward. He had Bredolic to his left, and I think Stepanovic was joining the play. So I don't think it was a great play by Gomez to try to chip Olivieri from about 35.
That ball is headed out of play by the White Eagles, so throw in upcoming now for the attack in their own zone. Looks like it'll be Uimana to take it. No score between the Trois-Rivières Attak and Serbian White Eagles. 54 minutes gone here at Esther Shiner Stadium. It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship Final on Rogers TV. Ben Ennis along with Theo Zagar. Glad we could bring you this championship soccer match on a windy and rainy night here at Esther Shiner. There's a free kick lofted in, and that is headed right on goal, but reading it the whole way was Andrew Olivieri making the easy save.
Yeah, he did well because he actually had a thought of going for that ball, and I don't think he would have got there, so he retreated, and lucky for that, he was in a good position to make that save.
So just like the start of the first half, the start of the second half has been controlled by the Serbian White Eagles. The attack hemmed inside their own zone, but just like we saw in that first half, the attack really turned it on late, just before halftime, and maybe they'll be able to do it.
And then you see the replay, so you saw that Olivieri was trying to attack, but then you realize that he wasn't going to get to that ball, and did well to recover, and right into the hands, good position, good solid save by Olivieri off a great header from the Serbian White Eagles.
Olivieri now with the goal kick. That is held up in the wind. The wind must still be blowing because that one was knocked down before it made it to midfield. White Eagles going to try and play it up the sideline. Here's Bredolic back to Stepanovic. Stepanovic tries to go right back to him, but that is broken up by the attack, who in turn play it out of play, and to throw in now for the Serbian White Eagles. Stepanovic now. He's got Vucinic with him. Plays it off to Vucinic, but a bad pass and just wasting an opportunity for the Serbian White Eagles.
Yeah, just two bad decisions by Stepanovic. First one, trying to feed a ball through that he shouldn't. They had no right to feed through, and then just waited too long to give a pass back to his trailer. So, two misfortunes for Stepanovic in the last two plays.
Andrew Olivieri's goal kick goes off a attack player's head and out of play. That's lofted back into the Serbian end, where it's sent over the top, and Breletic looked a bit surprised to see that get through everybody.
Yeah, as a forward, you just got to sort of anticipate that it would get through. But obviously, with the slick ground, even if he anticipated that, he probably still wouldn't have gotten a chance. So this ground has looked just to be a fast-paced game. The ball is going to go really quick off the turf. So maybe look for a mishap in the defensive zone by both teams.
Now the Attack at least see the ball go on the Serbian side of midfield, but they are unable to come away with possession as Medic lofts it off to the right, and Stojcic tries to go through. He's got Budalic, but Budalic is beaten to the ball by the Attack defender, and he fires it deep out of play.
Yeah, good little build-up by the Serbian White Eagles, and you see that now the crowd is getting into it right now. They're lively as ever, and they've done a fantastic job just to support their team.
Well, we're nice and warm in here in the press box, but the fans obviously braving the elements as we are safely concealed behind the glass here in the press box. Fine camera work there by Jeremy Milani. Goal kick upcoming now for the Trois-Rivières Attak. Andrew Olivieri, top goaltender in the Canadian Soccer League throughout the regular season. Yet to allow a goal here in the CSL playoffs. As we're approaching 60 minutes gone here in the CSL Championship Final. Vucinic now overruns the ball briefly. Does get it all the way over. And the Attack, though, creating the turnover. Attack get it as far as midfield, where 3 White Eagles collide on the ball. Stojcic comes away with it. Here's Daryl Gomez now. Gomez is hampered by a couple of Attack players. That ball is played up past midfield, where Yankovic gets his foot on it and plays it out of play.
Yeah, again, Gomez is trying to do a little bit too much. He's a very skillful player, but he just needs to know when to give that ball up. Obviously, it wasn't the right decision to sort of try to deke around 2 guys. He had an overlapping run by his teammates, so he's got to learn to let that ball go a little bit sooner.
Daryl Gomez now playing it across the field. That's picked off. The Attack in their own end. Headed up to Silla. That pass is off the mark and out of play. Throw-in upcoming now for the Serbian White Eagles. 60 minutes are complete now at Esther Shiner Stadium. Scoreless between the Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attak. As the Attack now with their first sustained possession of this second half. That long pass gets all the way across to Uimana. Uimana playing it back in front. There's Balde. Balde trying to go up through the middle. That gets back to Suprenon. Suprenon off to his left. And it will still be possessed by the Attack. They'll throw it in. Suprenon to take it. Alex Suprenon eyes his options, decides to go to Hector Contreras. And he's ridden off the ball, and the assistant referee says it was Contreras sending it out of play. So a throw in now for the Serbians. That's ping pong towards Vucinic. Vucinic trying to head it over the top to Breletic. Breletic gets through, and here's Alex Breletic with the opening goal of the game. Alex Breletic catching Andrew Olivieri out of his goal, and the crowd is going bananas. 1-0 Serbian White Eagles in the 62nd minute of the Canadian Soccer League Championship Finals.
Yeah, it was a good through ball, but just a mishap by the defender. He thought he had enough power just to head it back to his goalkeeper, and obviously his goalkeeper has to come a little bit forward and got a little bit caught out in no man's land. But great run by Bredelich, not to let up. So you see that the defender tried to head it back, but just didn't have enough mustard to get back to Olivieri, and just with the hustle by Bredelich, he obviously tried to chip over it the first time, but he had enough energy, he had enough pace to catch up to it and slot it into the open net.
Wow, that attack defender almost did get to that ball to keep it from going in the empty net, as Bredelich didn't put too much on it when he saw that open net.
It was it was a little bit of a miss kick by Bredelich, but it was lucky that he put it into a place where that defender didn't come across and covered on that line.
Well, now the Serbian White Eagles, less than half an hour away from potentially earning their first Canadian Soccer League championship title. Third straight year they've made the finals. They've never won it. But now they have a 1-0 advantage on the top team from the regular season, the Trois-Rivières Attak.
Let's see how the Attack react to this goal. Let's see if they pick up their intensity a little bit, which they haven't done yet so far in the second half. Obviously, it's quite clear that the Serbians have been the better team in this half so far. The Attack hasn't yet generated anything to go forward. So let's see if this is sort of their spark to sort of pick it up a notch.
Yankovic picks it up and chooses the safe route by firing it out of play. The Attack throw it in on the far sideline. That's turned over. Budalic, though, can't get to it. And a throw in now for the Serbian White Eagles, and they will throw it in far sideline, up a goal. Alex Bredelich, the goal scorer just moments ago, taking advantage of a couple of miscues by the Trois-Rivières Attak. And Andrew Olivieri allowing his first goal of these CSL playoffs. It took until all the way to the CSL Championship Finals for him to allow a goal, but it is a big one.
So you see that now they just substitute their top scorer, tied for their top scorer, and you wonder if he's healthy or if he's injured, why he wasn't starting from the beginning. So maybe it's a strategic attack to put him late in the game or in the second half, or if he's not 100%. So we'll see how he reacts and see how fast he gets into this game.
Well, Lesage into the game. He had 8 goals during the regular season, so knows how to fill the onion bag for sure. And obviously, the Attack need a goal here, as it will be a free kick for the Serbian White Eagles. That is played in on Andrew Olivieri, who was all the way back on his goal line. He plays it up. The White Eagles not giving up anything offensively, as they're still trying to sustain some pressure on the Attack end. A little too aggressive there, though. A foul called and a free kick.
Yeah, but you know what? They're putting the pressure on. You know, I mean, they can't drop back for a half hour or 25 minutes left. You know, they can't just drop back and preserve this 1-goal lead. They just got to be smart, play the way that they've been playing. The best defense is a good offense, and keeping the play in their zone or in the Attack zone is the best way to defend the pitch.
Well, they were looking for another one there, as Sapanovic looking to hook up with Bredelich, but Bredelich in past the defense and an offside called. The Attack now setting up on their side of midfield. Free kick. Lofted way over everybody, as perhaps the Attack player hoping the wind would play a factor there, but instead Sapanovic comes away with it. And that's one touched past the sideline into the crowd briefly, and it'll be a throw-in for the Serbian White Eagles. White Eagles enjoying a 1-0 lead here in the second half. That ball's lofted over the top. Daryl Gomez comes down with it. Gomez with the ball in there.
I think he's called. The referee's called an offside. I think Gomez came back into play from an offside position. So correct call by the assistant. And obviously they had to blow it dead. He was participating in the play. So good call by the assistant.
Lesage with his first touch since his substitution into this game. A quick header. As number 12 led this attack team in goals during the regular season. So obviously they need a scoring punch here in this CSL finals. That ball comes over to Uimana. Uimana doing a nice hurdling job, and he's earned himself a throw, and the fans not too enamored with that call. 3 Serbian players
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2
collide
players. First of all, for today's game ball. And today's
on number 8 for the attack. That's Jean-Louis Besset. He leaves it for Uimana, who throws it in. And some solid defense being played by the Serbian White Eagles, and that goes off the leg of Olivier Brett. So it'll be an offensive zone throw in for the Serbian White Eagles. So fortuitous bounce for them there. Vucinic now playing it into Budalic. Back to Budalic now. Budalic in for Vucinic, who is looking for Gomez. It comes back to Vucinic. Back in front where Brelitic was looking for his second goal of this game. Instead, it was Andrew Olivieri collecting it. That goes out of play, and a miscue there by the attack as a throw-in will be upcoming to the Serbian White Eagles.
Yeah, I think Olivieri wanted to switch the play and just really hooked it a little bit too much and away from his teammate there.
The attack now on the run, trying to get an offensive touch here as Daryl Gomez plays it into Brelitic, and Brelitic maybe feeling like he was hampered a bit too much physically there, has some words for the attack players. Instead, it's turned up the field, and that'll be a free kick. And booking is upcoming now.
Yeah, I think it's a good call by the official now. Let's see what kind of color that card is going to come out. But did obviously take away a potential scoring opportunity. Obviously, he had the attack player had a large amount of space behind Milicevic, Milicevic. So yeah, he gets a yellow. Correct call by the official. You know, I mean, he can't allow that to go on. It's obviously he wasn't planning to play that ball. He was just looking to sort of just push him out on the wing, and then had no attempt to play that ball. So correct call by the official there.
So Dragodan Milicevic receiving the first booking of this game as the free kick is a good one as it floats nicely into the Serbian White Eagle box. It's still there, and Lesage going to wind up and fire and score! And the substitute, Nicolas Lesage, with a phenomenal goal as he rifles it top corner, and just like that, we're tied up at 1.
Yeah, and that's why he's the top goal scorer on his team, on the top team of the league. A great substitution, and the coach now looks like a genius right now, putting him in the right time. And like I said, this is the spark that they need. Lesage has a lot of experience, and that experience just paid off right now.
Nicolas Lesage making no doubt about it. Surprised that one didn't go through the back of the net. He rifled that one top corner.
The net is so tight, it just almost came right back to center from the power that he put in that shot. A well-struck ball, no chance by Pelk, but just some sloppy defending by the Serbian White Eagles. He was allowed all alone back post, and no mistake, just cranked it and put it away.
Well, we've got a beauty on our hands now as we're past 70 minutes of play here, now tied up at 1. The leading scorer on this attack team during the regular season. Nicolas Lesage didn't get the start, but when he got subbed into this game, obviously hasn't disappointed. And when they needed a goal so dearly, he came up with it. It's a new game now. It's a 20-minute game.
So let's see how now the Serbian White Eagles bounce back from being tied now. So let's see who's going to come up big right now. Right now they've been deflated, and now I think the Attack has picked up the pace just like in the first half. It's just basically a carbon copy of the first half. The Serbian White Eagles had the majority of the pressure early in the half, and now the Attack has come up strong.
And you got to look back at that booking of Dragodan Milicevic there as a crucial moment leading to that goal, because that set up the free kick and the fine free kick to get inside the Serbian White Eagle box, and the White Eagles were just unable to clear it. Eventually Lesage was rewarded with the goal,
and it wasn't a foul that he should have taken. He still had numbers back. It wasn't like he was in the middle of the park, and if he got by him he would have had a breakaway. So not a very smart play, and it definitely paid off for the Attack. They got a good scoring opportunity and a fortunate bounce, and obviously Lesage, no question about it. When he got it on his foot, it was right in the back of the net.
Well, Medic heading it, and the White Eagles able to keep it in play, but it will be fired out of play by Olivier Brett. Throw in upcoming for the Serbian White Eagles. Here's Milicevic. Milicevic,
number 18,
looking right, goes to the captain Nikola Budalic.
Into the match.
And that gets back to Mirko Medic. Medic with some open space, and Medic taken down, but no call. He was certain there would be one, but instead it goes the other way. Free kick coming as we have a look at the Attack substitution there, and the first one worked all right. It resulted in a goal. That's headed up the sideline and out of play. Throw in upcoming now for the Attack. Here's Uimana. Up the sideline looking for Lesage. Lesage, the goal scorer. And unable to keep it in play were the Attack, and quickly Stepanovic is going to take the throw in. Stepanovic gets it inside to Visiknets, and that's broken up in front of the Attack goal. And a big collision there near midfield. Incidental contact. Fans thought they saw a handball. Referee on the other side of the play didn't see it that way. So it gets back to Medic. Medic lofts it over the top where Andrew Olivieri will play it off to his left. 75 minutes in the books. Tied at once. Mirko Medic playing it out of the reach of the goal scorer Nicolas Lesage, who appears to be all over the place since his insertion into this game. Here's a ball intended for Sasha Visiknets, but too far for him. Stepanovic looking to come down with it, unable to. It gets back to Milicevic. Milicevic up the left side and out of the reach of Vucinic. So a throw-in will be the result. And Sasha Visiknets, the second half substitute here for the Serbian White Eagles. A very adept scorer.
Yeah, let's see if it pays dividends, just like the Attack putting in Lesage in the second half. We know that Visiknets can strike a ball. We know he can score. So let's see if now that move pays off for the Serbian White Eagles.
And we'll have to see if we see Dragan Radovic enter this game. He suffered a knee injury late in the season and was thought to be out for the entire season, but do believe he is dressed today. not yet into this game.
Yeah, I would look for him maybe if this game goes into overtime. You see him probably either in the second overtime period. If it goes to that, you would see Dragan Radovic, and obviously he would probably be one of those penalty shooters as well. So I wouldn't see him too early now. I think he'll come in later on in the game.
There we have a look at Visiknets.
And it's quite surprising that they took out Gomez. He's been probably one of the better players lately. So you would have to figure if he's injured or just maybe fatigued or whatnot. But obviously a good substitute to put in Visiknets as well.
That's played back on the goaltender Andrew Olivieri, who coughs it up to Nikola Budalic now. Budalic, though, hampered by a couple of attack defenders. He tries to loft it back in front of the net where Brelitic is unable to come down with it. And the attack fired up the sideline. It'll be the White Eagles controlling, but only briefly as the attack fire it out of play. Another throw-in coming by way of the Serbian White Eagles. Stepanovic will fire it over to the sideline, where it will be Stamatovic to throw it in. Stamatovic goes inside to Budalic. Budalic back to Medic. Medic off to his left. Here's Milicevic. Off to Stepanovic, who gets it down to Vucinic. Vucinic off a defender. And the attack will carry it out of the zone. That pass is off its mark. Yankovic now. Yankovic through the middle. There's a strong tackle, but no call, as it was Sasha Visiknets hitting the turf. And that'll be sent out of play. Throw-in upcoming near the corner for the Serbian White Eagles.
Yeah, good non-call by their official, and he allowed it to play. They had the advantage and almost had a scoring opportunity, so nothing to complain about.
Here's Budalic playing it back. Here's a cross in front, and still controlled by the Serbian White Eagles. Vucinic looking to curl it inside that right post, but out way too far wide, and a goal kick upcoming.
Yeah, a little anxious there. He tried to hit a ball that he was leaning away. So not a good decision, but not a bad effort. Obviously a coach will commend you trying to shoot inside the box. So he's not going to get any yells from the bench with that.
Well, approaching the 80th minute of play, I don't think it's too early to mention if this game is not settled within regulation time, we go to the silver goal, where we will play two 15-minute halves. If someone is leading after the first 15-minute half, it is over. Same thing for the second 15-minute half, but we have to play all 15 minutes of the first one if it gets that far. And then it will go to penalty kicks.
Minutes of overtime, the game would be settled at that point. If the game is still tied, we will play.
That's lofted over the top, intended for Sasha Visiknets, and he's ridden off the ball, and a goal kick will come by way of Andrew Olivieri.
It'll be decided on penalty kicks.
Olivieri places the ball, surveys his options. He'll kick it into the wind. Olivieri with the strong left foot. Obviously the wind not playing as much of a factor here, as the attack now on the run. And Dan Pelk wisely comes out to play that ball.
Yeah, and that's just loose marking by the Serbian White Eagles. It was very fortunate that the attack player took a bad touch and went too far ahead, and Dan Pelk was aware of that. But just some shabby defending by the Serbian White Eagles right now.
Well, in this second half, they had to have defense. They had the lead in this game, a 1-0 lead on the strength of an Alex Brelitic goal, but it was Nicolas Lesage entering the game as a substitute and paying immediate dividends as he scored the equalizer. And as a result, we're all tied up at ones here through 81 and a half minutes. the CSL Championship final between the Serbian White Eagles and the Trois-Rivières Attak. And there's a foul called on Budalic. Free kick upcoming, and every time a call goes against the Serbian White Eagles, you're going to hear a roar from this crowd.
Yeah, I think what the crowd is more angrier about is that it was such a late whistle, and you know, when you see a referee with a late whistle, you see a little bit of indecisiveness by the referee, but he already knew what he was going to call. It's just the whistle, he didn't blow it, you know, fast enough to the approval of the fans of the Serbian White Eagles.
Well, that attack goal has certainly not dampened the spirits of these Serbian White Eagles supporters. They are still banging the drum.
Game ball winner and the
Free kick here, goal kick coming off the foot of Dan Pelk. Pelk gets it all the way up to Nikola Budalic. Budalic running to his right. Budalic hampered, and too much body contact there for the liking of the referee. And he will call for a free kick to be taken by the Serbian White Eagles.
Yep, and now the same position that they've always gotten a free kick for the Serbian White Eagles, but 3 times not very quality service into the box. And obviously this is how the Attack scored, you know, with a good service into the box. So let's see if they can get something, get a good quality service and get something on the end of this ball.
It's Sasha Visiknits. Looks like he's setting up to take that free kick. Visiknits can bend it with the best of them. That gets all the way on goal, and Andrew Olivieri, taking no chances, covers up on that one and sends everybody downfield.
Well, at least a better ball. Ball went into net. Anything could happen there, but you know, I mean, at least it didn't hit a defender and go out, or was cleared by a defender. So, a better strike by Budalic.
That's played up and lofted straight up in the air. Breletic unable to come down with it, but Stojcic does come away with it. He plays it off to Stepanovic, who tries to flip it into Visiknits. It goes off the referee, and that is to the advantage of the Serbian White Eagles, as now Sasha Visiknits onside. Visiknits plays it in front and right over the boot of Vucinic. A great opportunity, and the referee right in the middle of it.
I guess the referee right now is a little bit calm right now, because you know, you hate as a referee that to happen once you get in the way of something and a counterattack happens, and that was he's been now his heartbeat is now gone to normal levels.
Yeah, a goal was not the result of that, as Nicolas Lesage now plays it into Supre. No, here's a shot upcoming, a strong block there. And a free kick going to be awarded to the Serbian White Eagles, as down on the turf is Yankovic.
Yeah. But again, Serbian White Eagles are allowing the forwards, the attack forwards, to take control, you know, to chest the ball down, you know, to lay the ball off, and it's just a lot of loose marking, and that's what caused the first goal. And luckily, that shot didn't go through. Obviously, that was going on mark, and a good block by the defender. But you can't allow that. You know, I mean, they've played well, they've played strong up to this point, and just allow a couple of loose marking plays to result in some good opportunities.
Stamatovic lofts it out of play, and it'll be a throw-in now for the Trois-Rivières Attak. We're through 85 and a half minutes here at Esther Shiner Stadium. Still tied up at ones. Both goals coming in this second half, but now the White Eagles on the run. Here's Visiknits trying to outweigh a defender, but it is Davy Uwimana who plays it out. And a throw in for the White Eagles. Comes over the top to Visiknits. Visiknits plays it out on his own, so a goal kick will be the result. 86 minutes gone now. Started off in poor weather, windy and rainy. Since then, it's kind of calmed down. Still cold, but the wind and rain have subsided. It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship Finals between the Trois-Rivières Attak and Serbian White Eagles. Ben Ennis along with Theo Zagar. Glad you could join us on Rogers TV. That's thrown in on the sideline. It gets all the way back, and a free kick awarded to Uimana. Uimana wants a little more room to take this free kick. He goes over the top. And that's cleared wisely by the Serbian White Eagles. Played off to the left by the Attack and looked to be a handball. Referee saw that, and it's taken quickly by the White Eagles, but too far for Breletic as the Attack come away with it. Through the middle to Lesage. Lesage back. Lots of room on the right side of the pitch. Here's Uimana. Uimana, though, overruns the ball, and perhaps a ball in here for Sasha Vesiknits, but too far, and another good play by Andrew Olivieri to come out and break that up. Stepanovic hits the turf, no call from the referee, and once again the fans react. Sasha Vesiknits now. Vesiknits gets through a couple of defenders, off to Budalic. That gets into Breletic. Up to Budalic. There's a shot and a save by Andrew Olivieri, but he can't keep it in play. Corner kick upcoming.
Great save by Olivieri, but good build-up by the Serbian White Eagles. Good tic-tac-toe passing, and with the left of Budalic, he can crank it, and a great save by Olivieri to keep this game tied at 1. So you see the pass from Breletic and a great crank, and it was like almost the same shot like Lesage, but Olivieri was up for the task.
The White Eagles now with the cross in front, and unable to head it home was Sasha Vesiknits. And a goal kick upcoming, so close as we approach the 89th minute of play here at Esther Shiner Stadium. So close for the Serbian White Eagles to netting a late goal. Now they have to be careful as Lesage leaves it. Here's Suprenon. Suprenon gets it into the middle. Here's a shot blocked, and the referee is going to rule a handball, I believe, just outside the area. And what an opportunity this could be for the Trois-Rivières Attak, and the fans in stunned silence right now.
Yeah, this can go either way, but I think what the referee is calling that it did hit his hand, but he had a hand forward motion with his hand, which he's got to let that go. When the ball it's ball to hand rather than hand to ball. So let's see if the White Eagles can escape this, because this is in a very dangerous position. Right now, Dan Pell can't probably see a thing, and if this thing goes on net, it's going to be hard to stop. So let's see what happens here.
Suprenon looks to line up to take this free kick, and it's taken. It hits the wall, and the Serbian White Eagles dodge a big-time bullet there as we've hit 90 minutes of play. No offside called, though. Here's a shot on goal, and almost inside the post is that shot. Instead, it goes out of play, and immediately almost every single member of the Serbian White Eagles over to the assistant referee, and it did look like Sasha Vesiknits bumped the referee.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what generosity the referee has here, because realistically, you bump a referee, you touch a referee, you're gonna get a red card. So let's see what the referee will give Vesiknits. But here you take a look at the free kick, and just a good play by the wall. They stayed nice and tight, or actually was the Vesiknits, and I think Vesiknits is very fortunate. He only got a yellow, because when you bump an official like that, and I'm pretty sure everyone saw that.
Yeah. Wasn't too hard to see, and obviously he didn't do it with much force, but
that, you don't need the force. You don't need the player to knock down the official. It's basically you touch, and was an intent to sort of push or stand your case, and you don't do that. You can't do that, and he's very fortunate to still be in this game.
And that ball is lofted over the top. Here is Stepanovic as that goes off an arm and out of play, as we'll have 3 minutes of added time. We're already through a couple of those minutes before extra time, where we will have silver goal rules applying. 2 15-minute halves, and if there is a team leading after the first 15 minutes, the game is over. Same applies for the second half, as corner kick here for the Serbian White Eagles, and potentially their last great opportunity in regulation. Visiknit sends it out in front. That's headed back in towards the middle. And the referee...
Yeah, I think the official, the assistant referee called it a goal kick. I think it went out and came back in. So I'm not quite sure why Visiknit was taking that. A left foot, obviously that could happen on a left foot cross. So that should have been a right foot cross that you'll get an in-swinger rather than an out-swinger, and that's what would have happened.
As we're approaching the end of regulation time here at Esther Shiner Stadium, these two teams knotted up at once. Potentially a last chance for either of these teams before extra time. Stojcic looking to go over the top to Visiknit. Instead, it ends up at the feet of Andrew Olivieri. Olivieri will pick it up and drop kick it a good distance as the referee blows the whistle for full time, but still lots more to be decided between the Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attak. They are tied up at one through 90 minutes of play, so we will play extra time and silver goal rules applying here, as it was Alex Breletic opening the scoring here in the second half, but off the bench came Nicolas Lesage, and into the back of the net went the ball off his foot to respond, and that will send it to extra time. So stay tuned. Coming up after the break, we will have extra time. It's the CSL on Rogers TV. Back to Esther Shiner Stadium, where we are headed to extra time between the Trois-Rivières Attak and Serbian White Eagles in the CSL Championship final. What a final 45 minutes of play we saw here, as it was Alex Breletic opening the scoring and scoring the first goal that Andrew Olivieri has seen go past him all CSL playoffs. And then when it looked like the White Eagles were on their way to their first CSL championship victory, on came Nicolas Lesage, and he scored the game-tying goal and has earned himself and his team an extra potentially 30 minutes of play, and then potentially kicks.
Yeah, I mean, this is now you just gotta play for the 30 minutes or even for 15. You're gonna see a little bit of conservativity from both sides. I mean, not a lot of players are gonna take some chances. So you're gonna see hopefully maybe some breakdowns and some counterattacks. But it's going to be a hopefully if we're in for a treat, it's going to be a good overtime.
Well, we were talking about it in between regulation time and this first overtime. You got to pick who you think is going to score for both teams. I said Sasha Visiknit for the Serbian White Eagles. For the Trois-Rivières Attak, I'm going to go with Alex Suprenon as the Attack carry it in, where Cilia will play it up, and still with control do the Attack have, and it comes into a dangerous area and off a body, and that went right through Lesage. And Theo, he's your guy for the Attack in overtime.
I have for the Attack, I have Lesage, and I want to pick an ex-teammate of mine, my buddy of mine. I'm going to pick Budulic for the Serbian White Eagles.
All right, there you have it. So we will play silver goal So not sudden death. We will play a full 15 minutes if somebody is ahead at that point, as Budalic fired it in. That looked to be a handball.
That's the exact same play what happened just right at the end of the half, and that's why they're arguing. They just want the consistency by the referee to make that call again.
Well, things getting interesting inside the attack zone as they're having a bit of difficulty clearing the ball, and a call that went against the Serbian White Eagles late in that second half of regulation doesn't go against the attack here in the early stages of extra time.
Yeah, like Budalic was in the referee's ear for quite some time. Now he just broke away from him. So, Budalic wasn't happy. Obviously, Besiknet wasn't happy, and by right, it was exact same play, exact same spot. And if you're going to call it for one team, you call it for the other team.
Mirko Medic, the second last man back, and because he decided to go the safe route and fire it out of play. Not a bad idea there. Here's the attack. Playing it off a White Eagle hand, and another handball goes against the White Eagles on an inadvertent handball.
Yeah, it's the exact same play. So that's the inconsistency which frustrates players. Regardless of where it is on the pitch, if you're going to make the call once, you make it every time.
Well, Mirko Medic thought it was going to be played by Dragodad Milicevic, and they both let it go. Luckily, Dan Pelk was still sharp and able to handle that.
And obviously lucky that there was no attack players anticipating that and going in behind the defenders. So they got to clean that up. That should never happen this late in the game or in overtime. You play too much soccer for miscommunication to happen like that.
Suprenon playing it into the middle. Etienne can't come down with it. Here's Sasha Besiknets hauled down, and the referee will blow the whistle for the free kick.
Yeah, I think that was a sort of a gimme call. He did make some contact, but I've seen worse that didn't get called. So I think he's just trying to make up for it. But they still want that call at the top of the box.
Well, things again getting chippy as Alex Breletic takes down the attack player, number 6, Jean-Philippe Etienne. As it looked like he was going for the ball,
Yeah, he was going for the ball. It just the defender just pushed the ball out just a tad, and Breletic got around and sort of clipped him, or sort of gave him a knee to the thigh. So both look to be okay, and the both play on.
Here's Sapanovic playing it off a leg, and the referee is going to rule a foul and a free kick. 4.5 minutes gone here in extra time. The Serbian White Eagles and the Trois-Rivières Attak all knotted up at ones. It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship final. These two teams earning their spot in these finals with a fantastic regular seasons and a nice run through the playoffs for both teams. And here's what they're playing for: the championship trophy, all buffed up and ready to go. And here's a chance now as a free kick coming now just outside the area, and potentially a makeup call from the free kick given in a very similar spot late in regulation, but now the call going to go in favor of the Serbian White Eagles. Here's a fantastic opportunity.
Yep, and I think this is your choice right now. I think Besiknet is going to take this, and we saw him crank one at Centennial Stadium that hit the upright at the corner, actually the upper 90, but hit the crossbar and came out. So he's capable of bending this over the wall.
Absolutely a fantastic opportunity for the Serbian White Eagles. Sasha Besiknets, the substitute in the second half, looking to put the Serbian White Eagles on his back. Here's the kick. It gets over the wall and off the post and in! Sasha Vesiknets making good on a free kick in extra time. The Serbian White Eagles fans erupting. They have a 2-1 lead in the first 15 minutes of extra time.
Yeah, you know what? Is it just basically a carbon copy of what we saw in that game at Centennial. He went over the wall into that top corner, and a fantastic shot by Vesiknets. Like, unbelievable shot. No chance for Olivieri to make a stop on that. You know, he was a guy that, and that pays dividends for the White Eagles, putting him late in the game and getting a goal. So we have two late substitutes, and they both score in the big game.
Well, here come the Attack now. They need a goal here, and they have just about 8 minutes to do so. They trail the Serbian White Eagles by a score of 2-1 here in the first 15 minutes of extra time. Sasha Vesiknets banking it off the crossbar. It banked off the crossbar again, I believe, after hitting the goal line, and somehow rolled in. Must have been punched in by the goaltender, Andrew Olivieri. But either way, huge turn of events. The Attack now need to take advantage of every single opportunity they get. And the Serbian White Eagles will loft it down the field and out of play as we're approaching 8 minutes played in this first 15 minutes of extra time.
Yeah, we'll see how now the Serbian White Eagles preserve this lead now. Can they preserve it for another seven and plus minutes, depending on what the referee wants to play? They allowed the Attack to score sort of quickly when they scored in the second half. So let's see how defensively they play now just to preserve this lead.
Well, the Attack going to go over the top to Nicolas Lesage, and Lesage somehow able to track that down, but just before he fires it beyond the end line, and Lesage looked to be in the clear there if he was able to run that ball down, and maybe on a real grass surface he would have. As we have a look at the euphoria that erupted following the goal by Vesiknets. On this fast turf, though, Nicolas Lesage unable to track down that ball.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But again, that's loose marking by the Serbian White Eagles. You know, they're allowing a player of that caliber to be free, as free that Lesage was. And you know, obviously he's fast, but he wasn't that fast. And they're fortunate that he couldn't do better on that ball.
Here's Vesiknets now. Vesiknets gets it inside to Budalic. And the Attack can't be thinking about defense now as Vesiknets with another shot on goal. That low shot is gobbled up by Andrew Olivieri. The Attack have to think about just that, attacking. They're about 5.5 minutes away from watching the CSL Cup slip through their hands.
Yeah, the referee just called a foul. It was a late call, but I think he wanted just to see if any advantage developed. But now here's an opportunity where the Attack can muster up. This is the exact sort of free kick that they had when they scored the goal.
That's sent in and through everybody, and the referee will keep possession with the Attack as they will throw it in near the corner. Through 10 minutes of extra time here, so just 5 to go. 2-1. Do the Serbian White Eagles lead the Trois-Rivières Attak, and that was lofted right on goal where Dan Pelk gobbles it up. Pelk obviously going to take his time with this one, and he'll lay it down where he's pressured immediately. So he fires over the top. That goes off the head of Alex Breletic. And into the goal for Andrew Olivieri, who plays it off to his right. That's where Souprenon plays it back. And the Attack being a bit cautious here when they need to really start moving the ball downfield, and a turnover here. That gets up to Budalic. Budalic past a defender. Budalic, some fine work keeping it in play and burning valuable seconds off the clock, and a goal kick now.
I think Budulic's game plan was just to take it into the corner, just try to waste as much time as possible, maybe create a foul, but good defending by the Attack defender, and obviously getting the ball back, getting the possession back with a goal kick.
Here's Andrew Olivieri to take the goal kick. 11.5 minutes gone now as a substitution is being made. Alex Brelitic is leaving this game, and in comes Milos Janasevic. Back into the attack zone where it's overrun, but Sasha Vesiknets will loft it out of play. That's thrown over the top and it gets through. And the White Eagles will play it back in their own zone, and dangerous man hanging around the ball there as Nicolas Lesage was in on that.
That you please remain in the stands. No one is allowed on the warning track. We ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please...
That's lofted up in the air. Here's a chance, and Lesage hanging around that ball, and it will hit the flag. And which side of it did it go?
The corner. I think it hit the other side of the flag, and the Attack has now got a great opportunity. Let's see what they do and see how many players they put into this box. You might as well just put everybody.
Might as well. Here it comes, headed straight up in the air, still in the box though. And it comes out where Sasha Vesiknets is going to try and carry it. It gets all the way back to Andrew Olivieri, who is way out of his goal. Of course, they need a goal, do the Trois-Rivières Attak, so they will send everybody towards the ball. Here's Nicolas Lesage out in front. Lesage dangerously out in front. Here's the shot, a goal! And the Trois-Rivières Attak have tied it up in the first period of extra time. Unbelievable.
And again, they have left Lesage all alone. He's created this opportunity, and it gets an unfortunate bounce for the Attack to get that ball in right at the top of the box, and no mistake. I don't know who the striker is. It's Etienne, who just cranked it again. But you see Lesage open again, a great ball across, very dangerous ball across, and fortunate bounce right at the top of the box, and no mistake by Etienne. And you gotta see if Serbian White Eagles can bounce back from that. It's unacceptable. They have to preserve that lead, and they didn't do the job. They're sloppy marking, and unless something crazy happens, we're going to a second overtime.
Unbelievable. Every time the Serbian White Eagles think they've got this game locked up, the Trois-Rivières Attak come right back and even things up. It happened in the second half of regulation. It happened here in the first half of extra time. There's a ball in, and a bouncing ball on Dan Pelk, who gobbles it up. A yellow card being awarded after the goal there. But these fans have to be wondering what they have to do to win this CSL championship. Third time in the finals, 2 straight losses. You're up a goal twice in this game, once in extra time, and it's still tied.
Yeah, they got to do a little bit better to preserve that lead.
Here's Vesiknets now through 15 minutes of extra time. Vesiknets gets through a defender. Vesiknets now gonna go all the way across the box. Back to Budulic. Budulic off to his left. That's played off and back in front of the goal, and that goes off a hand. Referee didn't see it. That should have been a penalty kick, as it was played by a hand inside the box, but the referee didn't see it.
Yeah, that's a tough play. That's a tough call to make. Now, and a red card has been issued, but I think that one was a better non-call. Just the fact that he just had his hands on the ground and the ball struck it, so that's ball to hand, which is a good non-call. I know it's to the disagree of the Serbian White Eagles fans and players, but I think it was the correct non-call. But after the play, a dangerous tackle by Balde, and now resulted in a straight red. So this is to the advantage of the White Eagles. Yeah, a tackle from behind, 2-foot tackle from behind. The referee was had no.
Here's a shot and a save by Andrew Olivieri. Not sure if that was going wide of the net, but everything that could possibly happen in this game, I'm pretty sure has happened. So no surprises left, as that is the end of the first half of extra time. Red cards, free kick goals, posts. Every single possible scenario seemingly has happened. We've seen giant gale-forced winds blow down signage. This game's really had everything.
Yeah, this game's had everything. It's got a lot of action. We had bad inclement weather in the first half. We have goals to show for, and great goals to show for. It wasn't, any bad mistakes. The goals were well deserved by both sides. 2 leads that the Serbian White Eagles blew to allow to be at to this point. So, you got to see how hopefully the Serbian White Eagles can sort of pick themselves up. They got the extra man and see if they can finish this off in the next 15.
Well, the Serbian White Eagle fans are putting on a brave face right now, still cheering their team on, but twice now in this game, maybe not in the second half of regulation. There was a lot of time left when they scored that tie-breaking goal to make it 1-0 for the Serbian White Eagles. About half an hour remained in regulation at that point, but then they saw the attack respond on a goal by Lesage, and then in the first 15 minutes of extra time, they got a fantastic goal from Sasha Visiknits, and once again, they watched the lead slip through their fingers as late in that second half of action, somehow the attack able to tie this thing up, and that's why we're headed to a second period of extra time. And we've seen a couple of calls that could have possibly been called and weren't late in that first half of extra time. A handball, and it did appear it was clearly inadvertent, but non-call that may have resulted in a penalty kick for the White Eagles. Nevertheless, we are underway in the second period of extra time, tied up at 2s. This Canadian Soccer League championship final as Lesage is ridden off the ball. Here's a ball played into the area and headed away by Sepanovic. Janicevic can't get to it though, and it will be a throw-in for the attack.
The thing is, sometimes, when you go down 10 men, you sort of work harder and you outwork the other team, and you may create more chances than the team that has 11 players. So look for the attack to sort of, they got to dig deep now. They have to withstand this next 15 minutes. So, they're going to be working hard, and sometimes they outwork the team that has more players. So they look pretty good in the first couple of minutes of the second overtime here.
Yeah, it was Ibrahim Balde sent off in that first half of extra time, as here is the substitute, Nicolas Lesage. And that's turned over. Budalic trying to come away with it, but it goes back to Olivier Brett. Brett chops it off to the left side. Sasha Visiknits. And I believe that's going to be ruled off his arm and a handball. Either way, free kick as substitution upcoming now. As off will go Mohamed Silla, and on will come Michael Vitulano. And free kick for the Trois-Rivières Attak. Tied at 2s. Second session of extra time. The White Eagles can't clear it. It's lofted over the top and in a dangerous area, and wisely Mirko Medic gonna just fire it as far as he can up in the air. And that's played off the Attack player and out, so throw-in upcoming for Stamatovic.
Yeah, kind of a surprise on the substitution, going back to the substitution for the Attack right now. You know, you never want to change your back four, especially your center defender. Now, you don't know if Silla is injured or is fatigued, or it's a strategic move. If they do go into penalty shots, maybe the substitute coming in is maybe a better penalty shot shooter.
Here's Mark Yankovic, and calmly plays it away from the attacking Trois-Rivières player and gains some valuable real estate as the Trois-Rivières Attack playing with just 10 men now, as it was Ibrahim Balde sent off in that first period of extra time. That is lofted up to midfield, where the White Eagles will try and get it back, but it's ping-pong back to Nicolas Lesage. That pass intended to go back to Lesage doesn't, and it goes on Dan Pelk, who plays it off to his left, and Milicevic off to Vucinic, back to Stojcic, back to Milosevic, and he's just able to keep that in play. Vucinic taking off the ball, and perhaps the Serbian White Eagles feeling like they can take their time here with just 10 men on the Attack side, but the Attack are up on the play every single time.
Yeah, I don't know why they would be hanging back here. I would try to go for it right now, just having that extra person, and just to hang back and just let it go into penalty shots. Anything could happen in penalty shots. So they should be putting this pressure on. They got the extra man, so they can afford to get an extra guy going forward.
That's played back, and the Attack get it up to Nicolas Lesage. Lesage, though, by himself for the most part. Lesage ridden into the corner, and it was kept in play, and a strong play by Yankovic to save the corner kick and fire it out of play.
Yeah, good play by Yankovic. Did well to recover off Lesage going away from him. So, and obviously did well from not giving a set piece or a corner kick for the Attack. So let's see what they do with this.
That's lofted in, and that one may have gone off an arm as well, but no call.
Yeah, I think we'll see the last of those mystery calls, I guess.
That's sent back. Here's Uimana playing it up. That's intended. And Yankovic with a dicey play, and Yankovic falls down. Here's Lesage. Lesage trying to curl it in the corner. And Mark Yankovic has got to be breathing a big-time sigh of relief right now. Better get the defibrillator out to him, as he almost cost his team a goal late in the second half of extra time.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was unfortunate play by Yankovic. Obviously, the field is a little bit slick, and his footing got a little bit caught up into the ball, and gave it to probably the most dangerous player on the field right now, which is Lesage, and was very fortunate that Lesage didn't hit the net and didn't create a goal there.
That's back in the Attack end, and they are having trouble clearing it as Sapanovic comes down with it, feeds it over to Vasiknitz. Vasiknitz gonna fire it on goal, and that one curled right to left and had plenty of pace on it, but well over the goal.
Yeah. I think what Vasiknitz tried to do there was trying to hit that ball far post. Just really got off the side of his foot, and didn't really want it to go to near post, and obviously not over the net. So I think he was trying to hit a far post drive and maybe hope for it to go in, or maybe a rebound there.
There's Lesage, and that will be a throw-in to the Attack. And taking it will be Uimana. Uimana has a look at his options. Less than 8 minutes to go here in the second half of extra time before we have penalty kicks. That gets over, to Sasha Vesiknets. Can he keep it in play? No, he cannot.
Actually, it's a corner kick. If you looked at it, it hit off the last defender. It scraped his head, and it was a smart play. Vesiknets is not the fastest guy on the team, so let the ball go. He got his corner. Let's see now if he can put a swing in a quality ball. I still don't agree with him taking this kick, but obviously they have some set piece with him hitting this ball.
Here's the corner from Vesiknets, and that's headed out of harm's way briefly by the Attack, but Vesiknets going to load it up again, this time with the right foot, and that gets...
I think that was a first of him hitting with the right.
And obviously not his strong foot, and the shot still had a fair amount of pace on it, but well wide of the intended target. Approaching 9 minutes played here in the second half of extra time. Vucinic lofts it in, and it's lofted right back out where Big Yankovic heads it out of play. Throw in now for the Attack, where it will be Alex Suprenon to take it far sideline near midfield. And the Attack looking for a long pass to Lesage, but referee's going to call a foul and a free kick. The Serbian White Eagles will take that free kick, and Stojcic will look to go all the way across to Sasha Vesiknets, but a strong defensive play by the Trois-Rivières Attack, and they will have time to regroup as it'll be a throw-in for the Serbian White Eagles. Milos Stepanovic taking it. It's in the corner and too far. A goal kick now. 5 minutes to go in the second half of extra time. It's the Canadian Soccer League Championship Finals. The Serbian White Eagles and Trois-Rivières Attack knotted at twos. It was knotted at ones after a full 90 minutes. And the White Eagles had a 2-1 lead with about 7 minutes to go in the first session of extra time, but the Attack refused to go away, and Dan Pelk obviously knows where his post is. He lets it go. Well, actually ran out of room to get that ball as it rolled dangerously close to that post.
Yeah, it was a good effort by Didioli, and obviously he's actually an ex youth national team player and played for the Impact a couple of years ago. So a lot of experience. Him at a high level, so he's going to look to be one of the penalty shooters.
Here's Stepanovic now in. Stepanovic gonna center it, and a strong play from Andrew Olivieri to gobble it up. Olivieri trying to spring his team quickly. Dioya. That's headed straight up. And a foul and another booking upcoming. This one will go to the Trois-Rivières Attack player, Guillaume Héroux.
I'm not quite sure what the call was. I don't know if he had his arm up and maybe struck him with maybe a forearm or something, but definitely something that the referee caught on the field. Maybe we'll take a quick not too much contact. I'm not sure what the call was there, but nevertheless, he didn't give up much of an argument there. He looked like he was guilty of doing something. So the referee was in a better position than we are up here. So he must have saw something that we didn't see.
That's Milos Vucinic still down on the turf, trying to stretch things out, as that will no doubt add even more time here in the second half of extra time, as we're through 27 and a half minutes of extra time.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that if the game remains
in addition to the full 90 minutes we played in regulation time. And the fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, those that have braved the elements
and I think most of them did brave the elements. I think they just went for a clear, for cover, I guess, in our first wind or tornado / rain, and but they all seem to be back here, and they've gotten a real treat tonight.
No doubt about that. That's played off to Milicevic. Milicevic gets past the defender. Milicevic crossing it in front, and that's batted back out, but a chance here for the White Eagles. Here's Budalic with a shot. It goes off a defender. Corner kick upcoming.
Yeah, good defensive play, but I think the Serbian White Eagle took too much time. He should have tried to hit that first time, and can't allow the defender to get set. That's how the 2 goals were scored by the attack. They didn't allow for you to take that ball down. They just struck it first hand.
Here's the corner, and that's headed out by the Trois-Rivières Attak. The White Eagles tried to create an opportunity quickly there, but the header is sent out of play by Said Ali, the substitute in, I believe, for Vucinic, who left with an injury. And here's the goal kick from Andrew Olivieri. Olivieri, his goal kick caught up in the jet stream, and Yankovic eventually will head it past midfield. Stojcic looking for Visiknitz. Visiknitz somehow comes down with it. We'll have 2 minutes of added time here in the second half of extra time. And we're just about through 15 minutes of the second half of extra time.
So let's see if the defense can, both teams can just sort of muster up their, get tight defensively and not allow anything here. But obviously this is anything can happen. It's overtime. Anything can happen. If I were the White Eagles, I'd just put as much pressure as possible. Just get this game over with.
Absolutely. And we're through half an hour of extra time. So close now to penalty kicks to decide this CSL Championship final game. The Serbian White Eagles, it's their 3rd trip. They're 0 for 2 so far in 2 previous opportunities. Looked like they had their first CSL Championship locked up after that goal in the first half of extra time, but back came the Trois-Rivières Attak, and here we are, just moments away from penalty kicks, as Nicolas Lesage doesn't want it to get that far. But Lesage's back pass is picked off by Yankovic.
Yeah, good play by Yankovic. He didn't give up on the play. He seems now to maybe cramp up on that play. So
hard to blame them for cramping up now.
Yeah.
We're through 120 minutes of soccer here, and not the best conditions either.
Yeah, obviously he's dehydrated right now, and he's played a tough game for, like you said, 120 minutes plus, and all these guys are human. They're gonna get cramps, and obviously, especially the guys that do the majority of the running down the middle, like Yankovic. You can't help them not to cramp up.
That's broken up. Sent back to midfield. Pass intended for Lesage. That clearing pass didn't get to its intended spot, and that is wisely sent down the field by the Serbian White Eagles as we're approaching the end of extra time here. Referee going to have a look at his watch very closely here, and he does right there.
And I think he's
going
to
go to the whistle. And there it is, the end of extra time. We're going to go to penalty kicks. This game is going to be decided by way of penalty kicks. The Serbian White Eagles, in their 3rd straight appearance in the CSL finals. Stay tuned. We'll have penalty kicks for the CSL Championship coming up on Rogers TV. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Esther Shiner Stadium. We're headed to penalty kick shootout. between the Trois-Rivières Attak and the Serbian White Eagles. 120 minutes of soccer couldn't solve this one. So the champions of the CSL will be decided by way of a penalty shootout. First shooter will be a Serbian White Eagle. Milos Stepanovic will shoot on Andrew Olivieri. 5 shots each, and if we can't decide it there, we'll go to sudden death shooters. Stepanovic, stopped by Olivieri. And a big momentum boost for the attack.
Yeah, good. It was a decent low hard shot by Stepanovic, but well read by Olivieri. It wasn't really tucked away in the corner, so it wasn't the greatest of shots. He did have some pace on it, but Olivieri did guess right, did guess correctly, and good stop by him. Any stop you can get from a goalkeeper is bonus.
Massimo Dioia, the first up for the Trois-Rivières Attak. Dioia on Dan Pelk. Dioia shoots, and that's stopped by Pelk. 2 shooters, no goals.
Yeah, again, not the greatest of shots. He really didn't hit that ball clean and just basically rolled in the arms of Pelk, but did well to guess right. You know, I mean that's half the battle, is to just guess right, and did well to get his team back with some momentum going into the second shooter.
Mirko Medic, the defenseman, now to shoot on Andrew Olivieri. Medic looking to give his team the lead, and he misses the net. So through 3 shooters, we've yet to see a goal.
Yeah, he's just trying to crank that and trying to put a hole through the net. And meanwhile, you know, I mean, you just got to put it on net. You just made it easy for Olivieri. You know, he guessed wrong. He's got to put that on net, and no excuse on that. And we still have yet to see a goal after 3 shots.
Alex Suprenant will be next up for the Trois-Rivières Attak. Dan Pelk. And he makes an unbelievable save on Suprenant. Gets the right hand up, and through 4 shooters, who would have expected that we would have yet to have seen a goal in this shootout?
Yeah, but this was actually a better shot, but even a better save by Dan Pelk. You know, got his arm, his big paw up there, and made a great stop on him. So it was a very good shot. It could have probably been a little bit higher if you wanted to get that in. But Dan Pelk, you got to give him credit. He made a fantastic save on that.
Sasha Visiknits now. He put the White Eagles up in extra time. They couldn't knock it down. Here's Visiknits, and he's got a goal. Serbian White Eagles up 1-0 through 5 kicks of this penalty shootout.
Yeah, great shot by Visiknits. Not a lot of pace on it, but he placed it well. Even Olivieri guessed it right, but he just tucked it away into the side netting, which is always hard to get there by a goalkeeper. And and looking at the replay, it did go off his fingers. So let's see if Olivieri can redeem himself right here.
The goalkeeper trying to even things up and put it on serve. Andrew Olivieri lofts it off the crossbar and in. That ties it up at ones.
And I think that was probably the best kick out of everyone by a goalkeeper. And as a goalkeeper, we are probably one of the better strikers on the team as well. So great shot by Olivieri. No chance by Pelk.
Nenad Stojcic next up for the Serbian White Eagles, and you got to figure Olivieri's pumped up about scoring the goal. Now he's got to worry about making the save. Stojcic is stopped by Olivieri.
Yeah, good read by Olivieri. I think Stojcic had opened up his body, and it was easy to read. And Olivieri, fantastic save, outstretched arms, and a great save by him. Great save.
This crowd is in hushed silence. They need another big save from Dan Pelk, as it's Jean-Philippe Etienne, the goal scorer in the first half of extra time. He could put his team on his back here and force the Serbians to score on their next shot. Etienne and he's stopped by Dan Pelk, and unbelievably, this shootout is still tied 1-1. And could you ask for any more drama in this game?
Yeah, this. I've my years in soccer, I've never seen the goalies win the majority of the shots, and only 2 goals out of 8 shots is not a good percentage, and it's usually the player has the higher percentages, and the goalies have come up to the task and come up big in this penalty kick shootout.
Dragorad Milicevic, the shooter, and he scores. The Serbians potentially 1 save away from their first CSL championship. After making it to the finals 3 straight years, it rests on Dan Pelk.
And what better way to put that in? They were trying to pick corners. He just went right down the middle. He's like, I'm just going to hit it right down the middle. So good heads-up play by the Serbian shooter.
It's up to Davy Uimana. If he misses, the Serbians are your champions. Dan Pelk in goal. Uimana fires off the post and out. The Serbian White Eagles have won the Canadian Soccer League Championship in a penalty shootout. 3rd time's the charm for the White Eagles. So many chances in this game to win it. And on the final shooter of penalty kicks, they win it all.
Yeah, not a great shot by Uimani. But obviously he had a lot of pressure going in. It's either you win, you score, you're still in it. But he obviously had the pressure to try to score, and he just went too high on that. And not to take away anything from Dan Pelk, he did a great job, fantastic job into the penalty shootout. So congratulations to the Serbian White Eagles. The well played game, well deserved game. They had the lead twice, but at the end they came through in the PK.
The Serbian White Eagles have won their first Canadian Soccer League championship. We will be back for the awarding of the Canadian Soccer League Cup. The Serbian White Eagles 3-2 winners in a shootout over the Trois-Rivières Attak. Join us after the break. Where it's the Serbian White Eagles, shootout champions of the Canadian Soccer League. Commissioner Kerry Kaplan going to present them with the CSL Cup. Congratulations to the Serbian White Eagles. Obviously a mob scene as 3 times the charm for the Serbian White Eagles. 3 straight years in the CSL finals, and finally they come away with a victory. The Serbian White Eagles are champions of the Canadian Soccer League, and a more deserving champion there could not be. Captain Nikola Budalic with a gutty effort, and obviously the fans really involved in this celebration. What a win. Everything that could have possibly happened in this game could have. Unbelievable finish to this game at Esther Shiner Stadium. The Serbian White Eagles are CSL champions. They down the Trois-Rivières Attak. Thanks for joining us on the Canadian Soccer League on Rogers TV. For Tiffany Kalanikos, Theo Zagar, Jeremy Milani, all our tireless volunteers, everybody in the truck, a good night from Esther Shiner.